Okay,
I'm a big
welcome
boy.
back. Welcome back to the stage of history.
Welcome back to the HB
Yeah.
the HB podcast.
I'm your host.
Whip.
I'm your host, Daniel Fournier, and join with me is none other than the spectacular Daniel Fournier. Say hello, Daniel Fournier.
Hello, Daniel Fournier.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
Ah, man.
That song's gonna be stuck in my head now. That's another old thing that no one will ever watch. Oh yes, Miss Marple with Margaret Rutherford. It appears that he was murdered, Miss Marple. Oh, British! It
Murdered.
appears that I'm a British lad. Yes.
Yeah. You reminded me of something. Apparently, a long time ago, there was a film based on a Cluedo, like the game Cluedo. And what they did was when the film premiered in different states in America, they actually had several endings, and the reason why they did that was that way every state had its own ending, so that way people would be like, "Ah, yes, Mr. Blue was the villain." It's like, no, it wasn't. So it was a yellow, whatever his name is.
The movie
It-
has all the endings.
yeah. But when it premiered, apparently they would just like select an ending for every region, and then like people would be like, "Oh yeah, remember when it was this?" It's like, no, it wasn't. So I actually think that's really clever that like every state had its own ending.
Have you ever watched that movie?
No, I've only heard about it.
So, but you know about it, but you haven't seen it.
It was mentioned on a podcast.
One of the endings, it's like, you mean to tell me Mr. Blue was the good guy all along? Yes. And now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go back to my wife. And then the movie just like that's one of the endings.
Yeah, God.
That's a pretty good Tim Curry movie.
Hmm. I'm gonna go back to my wife.
No, he's not. No, he's like, I'm the butler. I buttle.
Hey, what? Have you ever seen that weird Halloween thing in his crew? It's like anything can happen on Halloween. You might just turn into a bat or something like that.
That saw like that. I think it's like the Little Witch or something like that.
Something which, yeah.
Yeah, it's something witch. That's really weird.
The effect, which is not really a bad effect, where he's like pretending to fly in the air, is really like funny, but it's actually not that bad, honestly.
It's pretty not great, dude. Come on. I think you might be misremembering how dookie it is, dude.
Your editor show Tim Curry flying in the air.
Yeah, show like the areas where the blue screen is phasing holes through them.
It is facing through me.
God, could you imagine the labyrinth if instead of David Bowie it was Tim Curry?
That'd be, oh god, no, scratch that. Just imagine everything being Tim Curry.
Yeah, imagine like, Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat, but it's Tim Curry.
Ah, yes, the elder gods have graced us with your presence, Earth Realmer.
We will combine Outworld. Boner.
Ah, yes, Shang Tsung, the sorcerer.
Yeah, he also plays Shang Tsung too. I will swallow your soul.
Your soul shall be mine.
He will also play Chun Li from Street Fighter. Nissan kick.
Spinning bird kick. How would he say that in his voice? I need to text my dad that I'm recording.
Yeah. Oi, son, I hear you making fun of Tim Curry in there. It fucking did to
My
me.
dad's not. My dad's not well versed in pop fiction, pulp fiction.
This is the one thing that he actually does appreciate. It's Tim Curry.
That'll be
This is how you find it out.
that'll be fucking weird if out of everything he knows, it's Tim Curry. Cause I know my dad, like he's not well versed. Like he doesn't really like films in general. So the idea that he knows Tim Curry all things would be really weird.
Yeah, he was in Hunt for Red October. It's like he knows all the movies. I loved McHale's Navy, and you're like, what? What?
God. Anything can happen.
I love him as like the evil buff penguin because he's trying to do like a 1950s American voice, like I'm got a bone to pick with you, boy.
What? What film is this?
Oh, The Pebble and the Penguin, one of the worst animated movies of all time.
Oh, the Don Bluth one, yeah.
That is one of the few movies where my family and I walked out of the fucking theater. It was so
No shit.
bad. It was so bad. That movie was terrible. Also, the theater was very empty. God, that movie was bad. Wowza.
I've never walked out of a film. Like, I mean, then again, there's also the fact that I have to rely on like other means of travel right now because I don't really drive yet. But the guy, I can never imagine that there's ever going to be a point in time when I'm just going to walk out of a theater.
I think The Conjuring was the closest I ever got to, like, just punching somebody at the theater.
Wait, it's not the weird nun thing.
No, The Conjuring was just like the first like one that they did where, it's just the Warrens go to house.
Okay.
That
Okay. I mean,
that movie, like the movie was fine. It's just the theater experience where people were just being fucking like jackasses. Woof.
it was the people, not the film. Okay.
No, the movie was fine. The people were out of their gourds. They were like, the people in the theater were louder than the movie.
Ugh.
And to the point where I couldn't, like, I was just like, oh my God. Like, the guy next to me was on drugs or something because, like, he was flopping and just could not stop talking throughout the entire film. I'm like, dude, can you calm down? Hey, you want to fucking start something, bro? I'm like, dude, okay. I should have left the theater. I should have left. But the movie was good enough to where I was like, do I really want to wait until this is on DVD?
Yeah, the only like annoying thing I've ever dealt with. This is like recently because I've only just started going to the theater again. And then this ties back into like people can't get away from their phones. Is like I remember like when you watch a film in a theater, it's dark, isn't it? Because they dim the lights. I was watching Terrifier 3, and like in front of me was a guy who I guess was like filming the film so he could show to his like retarded family, And it was just like, can you turn that off? Like all I could see at the corner of my eye is like a white square,
Hey! Shut up!
Yeah. God, it's funny too because he's like right in front of me. I'm just like, man, I got the urge to fucking dome your head right now. So, just I hate phone. Like I have a phone. I'm not married to my phone. Just put the fucking phone down.
Man,
Stop talking to your stupid family for like 1 second. Just enjoy the film.
wife and I watched a movie.
No,
A guy kept getting periodically called by his mom
Oh yeah.
about, like, there must have been something serious. He was speaking Spanish, so I don't know but like it sounded like there was some stuff happening at home, and like he was getting updates from his mom. But at no point does this guy like leave the theater. So I guess it must have not been that important.
Oh my god.
But like after like the first two calls, either if it's like, okay, mom needs help, I need to leave. Either you leave, or B, you tell her, hey, I'm at the theater, please stop calling me.
Turn the phone off, or just whatever. Yeah, just oh my god. And besides, shouldn't I mean, how old was this guy? Do you know?
I don't know. I didn't see him. It was like,
It's dark,
I'll tell you one thing. man after my own heart. He puts his fucking phone on like the lowest brightness setting to conserve battery.
There's no excuse in my
I
opinion.
can't be too angry at that. I do that.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
There's no
I
excuse
just
for
think
you to have like just that talk and not like okay, 1 second. Let me go outside the theater real quick and like I can understand that or like a guy texting throughout the thing.
hmm,
Well, boy, just constantly picking up the phone. It's just
so
like
it's
you would think
okay.
that with all of the jokes and shit about it, people would stop doing that.
Well, no, because they can't see that they're the ones who are like,
They've lived long enough to see themselves become the guy that's on the cell phone at fucking movie theaters.
I just think that the fucking, I mean, brain rot is a thing now, so it's actually a legit thing. So I'm just getting tired. Like, you know what? This is only like our fourth or fifth recording, and already I think our opinions are going to start like
I
sticking
hate
out.
humanity. Let's draw giant wheat. Let's just tank our careers before they start. There we go.
It's not even. I mean, here's the thing. Like, there's going to be people watching this who go to theaters, and they're going to be like, you know what? I share their sentiment. Like, fuck people that do that. So we're not alone in this.
Or you do the thing at parties where you talk about how shitty somebody's driving is, and then it's literally the person that you're talking to randomly at the party. It's like, man, I really hate it
Hmm.
when somebody does this. It's like, I do that. And it's like, well, I'm gonna mingle in a different crowd of people now.
Yeah, like, God, driving. That's like another thing that we could probably talk about that next recording. Because
No, because
driving.
that has happened to me on multiple occasions where I talk shit about like a concept of something, and it's like, but I like that, and I'm like, oh
Hmm.
no.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You find out some weird shit about some of your friends when you like bring that up.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
man, I really hate like the Dragon Maid shit because they're trying to like sexualize younger body types
And then your friend's
because
like,
it's
I love
anime.
Dragon Maid.
Well, friend, somebody in the general vicinity of me is just like, I fucking like that, and besides, she's 3,000 years old, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no,
That's always a hilarious thing to me because it's like, are you sure this is the hill you want to die on?
yeah, man, like you like parties filled with random people. Boy, you can learn a lot about humanity that way.
The one, you know what? Well, then again,
The
I'm not exactly recommending this, but like,
the big one for me was somebody like Hell of a Us just came out, like the pilot just came out.
mm,
It's a cartoon online. They've been
yeah,
working on it they've been talking about it for 7 years. It finally came out,
yeah,
and then I was like, oh shit, fucking Hell of a Boss just dropped. Hell yeah, dude! I've been waiting for this, and like the guy I was randomly like with was just like, yo, man, no. Honestly, if you like that kind of shit, get out of here. I was like, why? What happened? What are we talking about? Oh well, she drew like underage characters like falling in love with like adult characters, and he's referring to Vivzy Pop's
all off portfolio, yeah,
no, they're referring to like the Vivzy Pop's web comic where an
oh
18-year
yeah,
old is with the teacher, and I'm like,
oh yeah,
okay, you know what? You may like this guy might have had a point if his entire laptop wasn't covered in lowly stickers.
are you fucking you're fucking with me?
No. This guy was like, yeah, no, the Hell of a Boss thing, the creator drew like, a relationship that actually could feasibly work, but is kind of dubious at best. So, anyways, here's
Mm,
all of the 4-year-olds in bikinis on my fucking laptop.
God, oh my God, it's the jokes make themselves. Oh
I
my
hate people.
God.
I hate people a lot.
You know what? If people want to take, like, here's the thing: if you're not an outgoing person and you kind of want a taste of like what humanity has in store for you, a good substitute for this is VR chat because VR chat you can meet the most interesting people out there, but the worst of humanity.
Well, they get the goblin mode. You gotta get a little goblin in you. Hold on, I'm trying to
Oh
see
yeah,
how I drew. That's right, I kind of drew her in plain clothing with a choker. All right,
pretty much, yeah. Because I originally had her in like some weird like clothing.
Breffner.
Bethany, who may or may not survive this encounter. Yeah,
Oh,
we
she
actually
going
wouldn't know.
spoiler. She dying, baby.
Yeah, she died.
She's gonna get turned into a unicorn.
She's not going to be in Rush Hour 3.
Oh boy, she ain't in Rush Hour 3.
Where does that come from?
During the filming of Rush Hour 2, a
Oh, they just
guy,
said that.
you know how like almost every Jackie Chan movie has like the outtakes at the end.
Oh, yeah.
They had a guy fall to his death. He's like, "Damn, he ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3." I actually prefer the first movie over the second one. A lot of people really like Rush Hour 2. I think that as a movie, Rush Hour 1 is a much better film. And Rush Hour 3 is a film, a movie.
Which one is it where they're in France?
That would be the. I haven't
Is
watched
that
these movies in a while. Oh my god. Because
is it 3?
for a second, I got it confused with Shanghai Nights, which is the sequel to Shanghai Moon, where Jackie Chan and Owen Wilson go to like Victorian London.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing the trailer of that where, like, in the trailer, like, Jackie Chan and this, like, other girl who are, like, martial artists, he, like, gives her a boost, and he's like, okay, no, you're next. He's like, buddy, and of all the times you've known me, do you think I can actually do that?
Yeah. Now that first movie is actually like those Shanghai Night and what is it, Shanghai Noon. Those are pretty good movies. I think they're great comedies.
You know, a film I really enjoyed was, there's a film where Jackie Chan teams up with Johnny Knoxville. That film is kind of funny as well.
What's another one?
I think it's called, like, Skip Trace or something. I could be
Around the
wrong.
World in 80 Days is pretty bad, but it does give us like Sultan of whatever land, like Arnold.
Really?
Yeah, he's like the Sultan of something, but like he's like, you will be one of my harem. I will make you part of the
I always like when you say, like,
the biggest
said
gift.
actor.
The biggest gift is the statue of me.
I always like when you say, like, the name of an actor and then you say what their role is. It's like when I said to you, like Darth Vader dresses as a bee, and like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I showed you, like, James Earl Jones in that weird, like, horror film where he just looks like a weird wasp thing.
Yeah, you said a bee, and I'm like, are you talking about The Exorcist too? And you're like, I don't know. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? You're the one who brought it up.
Look, what you got to understand about me is, like, I watch podcasts where they talk about stuff, and then, like, I just quote what they say because it sounds funny.
The Exorcist one is really good. That is a great atmospheric movie. Like the vibes of that movie get you kind of like creeped out. Then The Exorcist
Yeah.
2 takes an intact, like a massive, massive dookie on that first movie.
You know, I have a theory, and this is just my little, like, game theory, which is, if a horror film has, like, a gazillion sequels, that means the first one's probably worth watching.
You
What do you
know,
think?
I don't really like the first Nightmare on Elm Street.
It's different compared to the rest. If funny enough, that got brought up last night. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that good. Some of the effects are
Yeah.
really bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's the time. Oh, dude, when the woman gets pulled through the window, it's just like a rag doll.
Oh, yeah, that right at the end. That
Yeah.
or the phone making out with her ear.
I mean,
That is just a block of plastic, dude.
I know, but still,
But then
like,
it
the
also
the
has like, Johnny Depp geyser. So,
guys.
yeah, it is the Johnny Depp geyser. So, I mean, that's pretty cool.
God, the fact that that was his first film is wild to me.
I can't believe he went from that to Platoon.
He went to Platoon. He's Jack Sparrow. By the
There,
way, recently, oh sorry,
there was another movie where he plays like a '50s gangster man or whatever with like a straight blade or whatever. I don't remember what it was called now. Damn.
I love watching the videos of him and Hunter S. Thompson interacting with each other.
Oh yeah.
I like when you hear the stories where it's like, oh yeah, I was. It turns out that I was sleeping on a crate full of dynamite.
Well, where the hell else was I gonna hide it? Okay, I mean, I don't want anybody taking it from me, and it's my God-given right to have it. I love
God.
Hunter S. Thompson. He's such a goobus.
He's, you know what? If there's one, if I had the spell to resurrect the dead, he'd be the one I resurrect.
I think this is a good God-fearing country, and then it just like cuts to him shooting at his neighbors with a Luger. Fuck you!
Oh yeah.
Fuck you!
Fucker, wait a minute! Shut, you asshole!
You're using buckshot, asshole! Boom boom!
Down here.
I just realized he sounds like Charlie.
Charlie.
He sounds like Moist Critical.
A bit.
He kind of sounds like Moist Critical. Oh yeah, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. If there ever was a reason to talk about this,
Also journalism.
that clip with the Hell's Angel is wild.
It's a rough one. I remember when I heard the guy talk about about doing stuff to women. I was just like, yeah, this clip is definitely in black and white.
Dude, I cannot believe that. Yeah, your book's full of shit, dude. We didn't do any of that. Well, what about the mistreatment of women? You want to talk about that? Well, sometimes women just gotta be slapped around. And then at the crowd, you could hear them go,
Yeah, it's just like
you could hear the room slowly start to shift really quick. You're like, oh no, yeah, they are terrible. Okay.
Dude, I read a tiny bit of that book that he did. I'm just like,
yeah, they're meth slinging neo-Nazis.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah.
Watch our fan base ends up becoming the people that watch this are just that gang.
Oh no, I mean it's safe to say that fuck those guys. I'm not a fan of them.
Yeah, it's not great.
And you know what? I have the sneaking suspicion, and correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like they're never gonna see this video.
That's the funny thing to me is there's a certain type of people you could shit on, but those certain type of people will never ever watch. Here's the thing: I could talk shit about the very first job I worked at, about the people there. I know the kind of people they are. They're never going to look this up. They'll never in a million years sit down at their lap. That little.
Even if it ever does come up, it's like, yeah, you offended me, or I'm gonna get really angry about this. I'm not gonna support it. It's like, honestly, out of everybody, I don't think I need Hell's Angels support to make this. I feel like I think there's certain lines in the sand, and that's a very easy one not to cross. I don't think I'm that desperate for money.
No. Unless we do what that one guy did, where we bullshit about with flat earthers just to get money.
Oh yeah. What we do is
the rocket guy. Yeah.
We talk a big racist game, and then the second that we get all the money, we make the most anti-racist thing ever.
Yeah.
No, because then we have to pretend to be evil, and I can't do that.
Yeah, I can't do that. I have too much of a soul in me to not do that.
But I mean, if we're gonna scam somebody, we could just use AI to do it. We could make a fictional character called Larry McRacist.
Larry McRacist.
Yeah, he'll be like, "Hello, everybody," because he's an AI thing and it messes up his fingers all the time.
No, yeah. I mean, funny enough, speaking of AI, I did watch that Count Dankler video about the Willy Wonka thing, and I was not expecting a Dracula Flow parody at the end. You've seen that, right?
Yeah, that video has one of the best transitions ever from the advertisement back into the video is like and now back to the video and then it just cuts to him as an Oompa Loompa.
Yeah. I like how his editors kept zooming in whenever his eyebrows kept falling off.
It's great. Yeah.
It's, I don't need to look at the price tag because I don't give a shit.
Here's a thing, guys. So we're talking about, Count Dankula. Uh
Hmm.
we don't This is another thing is that I don't have to agree with all of his political opinions to find that some of his shit is funny and entertaining. It's like how JonTron said some insane shit, and yet people still watch his videos and meme on him. So
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
I'll say that right now before somebody's like, you watch that piece of pupus. You know,
Yeah.
people
God,
watch
I used to know.
people
Yeah.
watch the Kardashians.
Yeah, they're not exactly like saints. So,
Yeah,
dude, like I used to be friends with the guy that used to like say that shit about me about Count Dankler. It's like, oh, you're watching him. He's a so and so. It's just like I don't. You're talking to the one person that doesn't care about that type of stuff. So I can look past that.
dude. Marlon Brando was basically like Superman's basically a children's movie, right? The 1970s one. So
Probably, I don't
yeah,
fucking know.
Marlon Brando was in a children's movie in the almost the same exact year where he was a violent like decapitation man in. It's almost like, you can have multi different facets to your
Hmm.
career.
These backgrounds are kind of shoddy on my end, but I imagine it gives you an idea, though.
The funniest thing to me in hindsight is the fact that Alec Baldwin was in a Thomas the Tank Engine movie.
Oh, was that when he played? Are you on about the Magic Railroad?
I don't know anything about. If I have
You know,
autism, it wasn't for that.
it might be that one because I used to watch that as a kid.
It was a movie, I think. I just remember him being in it because it's like you could see him
Oh,
slowly starting to get like his head fat weight.
oh yeah, yeah. He played the conductor. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was the Magic Railroad.
but he wasn't like. So here's the thing about alcoholism: your head gets really fat.
Yeah, and even your legs get thinner.
Yeah. Well, that yeah.
Oh my god, this. Oh god, this
Because if you
film.
look at him, if you look at him in Beetlejuice and then look at him again in like something new, like his head got big.
Hey, real quick, I want to show you the poster of this film because it almost looks like it's a Photoshop job.
I mean, to be fair, posters are fun. That doesn't look real. That looks like an AI image.
It's like, oh, I like Thomas's face. Like, oh fuck.
Oh, that's an actual thing that's happening now. People are
What?
questioning whether or not real pictures are AI now.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's like, I mean, not naming names. Like, it's like when we found that one artist, and I had some freak like message me saying like, I think this might be fake, and then he like pointed out stuff on her desk that he thinks was AI generated. It's like, mate, you don't have a life. Like, this is a real lamp that exists.
Yeah, that or there was a rocket landing. Like China was trying to like land rockets, and
Mm-hmm.
they have a video of it landing, but it's like in HD from like a drone, and it's
Yeah.
like circling around the rocket, and it's like extraordinarily like smooth camera like movements and stuff. And then
Mm.
people are like, "Oh man, this isn't real. This is AI." And you want to know why it is real?
Why?
Because the launch fucked up and then it exploded. Do you think that if China had the ability to make an AI video, why would they show it explode?
Yeah.
Also, it doesn't help that there are 1,000 other camera angles of this thing exploding.
I was gonna say, if you have like more than one source and they all kind of like look like the same thing, it's safe to say it could very much be real.
If there was any country that would never like release something that made them look negative, so
Yeah.
it's one of those things. Why would the Chinese government make an AI video showing that their rocket is shit? Like,
So bizarre.
and you know, not to get angry at like anybody, like any kind of government or whatever. It's just one of those things. It's not even really that much of a critique. I mean, like if the U.S., for instance, made a fake AI video, why would they show something fail spectacularly?
Yeah.
Oh God, have you ever seen? So you know what the Osprey is, right?
What is that?
That's the airplane. It's the two rotor propeller plane that turns into a helicopter.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so they made like they're planning on making like a newer version of the Osprey. I think like Boeing or some other company is going to make it.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be like a thinner, like sleeker design.
Yeah.
Now, you would think that if you were a company that's going to get billions of dollars from the military industrial complex to make a jet, you would think
Yeah.
your promo video would be pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got something to show you later. This military promo video starts with two army guys, and you know for a fact that this is like checked off of a list. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
can't have fun, and you can't get actors, and you can't also like film at a certain time of a certain day because of some military bureaucracy bullshit. So it's just like a staff sergeant or something like, yeah, we got a new plane. Yeah, we got a new plane. Huh? And you're like, wow, that was really bad acting. And then the piece de resistance, billion dollars of
Oh.
research and development, PS2 level CGI graphics.
Oh no.
Also, they're talking about like the future of warfare and stuff, and they're using like iPad tablets. And I'm like, boy, there's a million things that can go wrong with that in a combat zone.
Yeah.
You ever think that
You-
like a lot of money gets wasted by our government for things that are no brainer, no shit, Sherlock? That's a dumb idea.
I do just generally think it's just old people not handling like stuff properly.
Hey guys, I got a great idea. We're gonna make a tank, right? And it's gonna be an anti-air tank where absolutely none of it is actually piloted, controlled, or aimed by people. And you're like, well, I mean, you know, if the software is really good, I could see that working very well. And
Yeah.
then the testing of it, they it's gonna be heat guided. It's gonna be like it's gonna see heat trails in the air, and then it's gonna aim at things and shoot them. So it it doesn't work for a really long time, and then they're like, well, we're going to unveil it anyway, so that way maybe we can get some more support for it, right?
Mm.
Kind of like what we're doing with the comic, where we're like extending, but they bring out everybody, and also like the surviving family of, I think it's called the York. They bring out like the surviving family member of, like, you know, the person that they named the tank off of. And now,
Mm-hmm.
you remember how I said it was like heat guided, and it like
Yeah.
aims like massive fuck off machine guns and rockets at things?
Uh-huh.
So, have you ever been at a sporting event?
Isn't it like really hot?
You know how, like, you know those like really shitty aluminum bleachers?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know how those absorb heat from the sun?
Hey, no, don't tell me it like aimed at that.
So, luckily, once it like the whole crux of this is that the thing doesn't work. Like
Mm-hmm.
whenever it like starts shooting at things, it like fails miserably.
Yeah.
So thankfully the tank didn't work because it just spun around and aimed at everyone.
Oh no. I would laugh if like the thing that it detected the most was just the sun, so it just started firing at the sky.
That all like you know what this exact same thing almost happened to John Wayne.
Oh yeah.
John Wayne was a big marketing guy for the Mac 10 submachine gun, and
Mm-hmm.
HK wanted to make a briefcase gun for like security guards, right?
Right.
It doesn't really look like a briefcase, and it's not that great. But that's beside the point. The Mac 10 people decided to make a briefcase gun where the trigger is in a really stupid place. So
Mm-hmm.
John Wayne is there, film actor. They're like, check this
Yeah.
out. It starts firing, and it falls over and starts firing. So it's that
Oh
scene.
no.
It's that scene in
The Big Lebowski.
not only that, it's that scene in True Lies where the machine gun falls down the stairs. It spins around and it almost kills John Wayne. Luckily, the Mac 10 cyclical rate is so fast that it ran out of bullets before it made a full rotation.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So we almost lost. Well, we lost him. You know what's insane to me about John Wayne?
Yeah.
So, love him or hate him for whatever reason. I find it insane that John Wayne got lung cancer from smoking, like a lot, because
Right.
he's
Right.
he's Cowboy Man. And then he actually got a surgery, went into remission, cancer's gone, then decided to film a movie at the Nevada bomb test site, got turbo cancer, and then died.
God, if I survive like lung cancer, I'd feel like I'd want to be like away from like anything that could just kill me at that point. I probably
Now,
wouldn't even go next to the road at that point.
even worse still, like a lot of people who worked on the movie died of cancer,
Mm-hmm.
and you would think, okay, well, if the movie was good, it'd be like, oh man, it's tragic. It's even more tragic because the movie was like Attila the Hun
Uh,
or
really?
Genghis Khan. I think it was Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan. I think it was John Wayne. Yeah, it's like the Conqueror.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah, he plays Genghis Khan in that.
Hmm.
So you have a white guy who I want you to like if you actually do edit this, I want you to if he doesn't put up a picture up, please Google what John Wayne looks like as Genghis Khan and remember that this is the movie that killed him.
All right, you know what? I'll make.
That's not great.
I almost want to make that the thumbnail, but it's gonna be No, no, I can't do
Ooh,
that.
that's
That's
pretty
rough.
bad. That's
Yeah, that's
pretty
that's
not
rough.
great.
Yeah.
I will say this though. No, I wasn't gonna say that. He definitely doesn't look like an Asian guy at all. That's pretty bad.
God, he looks like I don't even know what to compare that to.
That's right. He looks like a Klingon.
Yeah.
He doesn't
God,
look
that's.
like Genghis Khan, I'll tell you that much. I'll
I
tell
feel
you.
like I feel like I've made a character in a video game that looked like that once, just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, maybe in the Oblivion Hell Slider.
Yeah, yeah. I think I've pretty much got the shit laid down for this page. So
What blows
you got.
my mind the most about movies like this
Hmm.
is they'll get some weirdo to play an Asian guy, but then all of the side characters are actually Asian guys. So you know, you're seeing like Mr. Moto or something or Charlie Chan, who is 100% just a weird white dude standing directly next to Asian people.
The one that gets me, and I know that he made the film, was probably that shitty Braveheart film where like Mel Gibson is this like weirdo Australian who plays a Scottish man, but then everyone around him is actually Scottish.
Yeah, he's a Australian American playing a
Yeah.
Scotsman.
I got told at work that apparently he hates the Englishman. Is that true?
He hates the British?
I got told that. I need to research that.
I mean, he hates a lot of people.
But that is true.
He died.
Yeah, I just remembered.
Yeah, his sugar tits anger.
It's like I'm going to use that now. Sugar tits anger. That describes a very particular person at like a workspace.
Him on stage with Ricky Gervais, and then Ricky Gervais just being like, "So what? What did you even mean?" And you can see how hard Mel Gibson is trying not to punch him, because
Yeah,
Mel Gibson has a really weird tick in
I've
conversation
seen.
where when he gets uncomfortable, he starts like licking his lips and like tilting his head like a bird.
Yeah, I've seen it. Where he's just like, you know,
Yeah, yeah, and then like when he gets really uncomfortable, he like clenches his teeth, like yeah, like yeah,
yeah,
yeah, the thing about it's really weird. It's a really weird tick.
yeah. It's I do find it hilarious that South Park predicted him going crazy before he actually went crazy.
I mean, he was already a really weird dude.
Yeah. The scene where he's like in the semi, like chasing them, just be like, "Give me money!"
Ah!
He's just like caked in the fucking
Oh
like.
yeah, he's trying to kill them for like $30 or whatever because they wanted a refund for Passion of the Christ.
Yeah, yeah, and it's just like, oh, is that how you feel? Then like he like sets himself up on a torturing machine. It's like, no, no, Mr. Gibson, we just want our money
Woohoo!
back.
Woohoo! You gotta torture me, huh?
Give me back my money!
Look up, cabra!
And another Mel Gibson thing is when is when they're trying to like figure out ideas for Imagination Land. It's just like, and because we're all big Mel Gibson fans, I thought maybe you could help us. It just cuts to him just twisting to be like,
Oh my god!
"Nipples,
My nipples! I wanna twist them! You should see what doesn't belong. Like something that is there but shouldn't be. You know what?
oh,
Mel Gibson, you might be a crazy motherfucker, but at least he understands script writing. Dude,
That's
I unironically love the movie The Patriot, and that movie is hilariously historically inaccurate.
yeah, you told me about that. Yeah,
Dude, so Mel Gibson is a nice slave owner.
go on.
The concept of that alone, just you're like, it's
Does he get off on like misinformation?
dude, I love that movie. Because nothing that movie is amazing on several notes. First of all, it's so historically inaccurate that the villain of that movie is an even bigger piece of shit in real life, and he survives.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh god.
There's like you had an actual like villain from real life that you could have just put into this movie.
Yeah.
Oh god, there's another, and the sad thing is, yes, he does survive in real life. He goes back home and just lives on like a lordship or whatever.
As they do.
There's another thing about that movie. God, there's so much wrong with it. At least, you know what? I will say that, oh, also it's made by Roland Emmerich.
Roland Emmerich.
Roland Emmerich's the guy who made Independence Day.
Oh, him.
Yeah. Roland Emmerich is a German man who
Yeah.
makes popcorn blow up the sky alien movies. You know, the Day After Tomorrow guy made a historical film. That's all you really need to know. And it does definitely feel like a movie made by a German thinking he knows how America works.
Mm.
Yep. You know who ended up winning the American Civil War?
I don't
The
know.
French.
This is.
You see, there was this French guy called Lafayette who got raised by the Americans, and he was like,
Mhm.
I will send my boats. That would be very funny. And because England was running horribly out of money, they had to just capitulate.
Oh.
And then the moment that they got money again, they were like, all right, we'll try this again. And then they just lost a whole bunch of lives because warfare got better. That was the War of 1812.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, where nobody really won. The only thing that ended up really happening was they bordered Canada doing that.
Yeah. Oh man, man, these pages have been really busy.
And then almost every almost every single Southern leader was involved in an incident called the Pig War.
Pig Wolf.
So, the Pig War. So, War of 1812 happens. America
Yeah.
and England were like, okay, we need to chill the fuck out. Like, Napoleon's a thing. We need to just calm ourselves down, stop being crazy, and just work things out. We'll have the Canadian border. They'll kind of be a colony, but not really. And that'll be good for us. So, right around like the area of Vancouver Island, there's like a little archipelago of islands where they weren't really on the map right.
Mm-hmm.
And people were like, okay, are these Canadian or are these American islands? And
Right. Hang on, I'm just gonna send you something.
some Americans went on the island where some Canadians were, and one of them kills one of the dude's pigs for really stupid reasons because he didn't have a fence up.
Yeah.
He didn't have a fence up, and he just had all of his potatoes just haphazardly growing everywhere. And he was like, ugh. So the guy who had this pig, he loved this pig like a lot. Like he really,
Right. Right.
it was like his prized pig. And he wanted this guy to not only leave, but also pay for the pig. He was like, I'm not going to pay for the pig.
Hmm.
This almost started another war with England.
All right. Actually, before you continue, can you go back to the previous page you worked on?
Give me a sec.
Okay, go back to the previous page.
One sec. I made that boot a little bit too big.
All right. Yeah, go back to the other one. Zoom into Bethany.
Bethany.
All right. You accidentally gave her like a crop top in that current page you're working on.
A crop top?
Well, yeah, because if you look in the DM I just sent you.
What are you talking about?
Okay, no. Look in the DM, the message, the image I just sent you. She doesn't have that.
You can't even really see her there, dude.
But it's
She's
inconsistent.
she's a bloody mess.
But she's like fully covered up, like torso.
It's not. It's not really. This is just the outlines of her boobles, dude.
But
Like,
she's got a belly showing. She doesn't have a belly showing on the finished image, unless you want to change that.
she got punched so hard.
She got pad made now, but like,
She got punched so hard she got dressed.
But no, no. You need to see. It seems fine there,
Oh, you're
but
talking a belly shirt. Okay, I didn't understand what you
yeah.
meant by crop top means like the like that.
No,
That's a
it means
crop
midriff
top.
showing. No, no, no. No, crop top is also when the midriff shows.
Uh-huh, sure. Yeah. Yeah,
I'm serious.
maybe in weird fantasy land.
Oh, I'm serious.
Yeah.
But yeah, you need to fix that. That's pretty much done, and then you just got to do the same for the top panel.
It sounds to me. You coping, brew? You coping? Ah,
It
yeah,
sounds to me
the title of this one is like short British man destroyed by American. Hashtag
yeah,
destroy.
short German. You mean?
Damn dog, you got wrecked.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like, see what I mean? In fact, actually, you were gonna end up doing like that one weirdly shorter than the one at the bottom. But yeah, there you go. Nice. And then you got to give her the belt. You got
There
to
we
give her
go.
the
There's
belt.
your belly button.
And
Fucker.
then you got to give her the belt. There you go. Hey, hang on. Hey, you can't shit on me. You're the one that changed the design.
Yo!
You just make her a fucking fish.
There we go.
So that's gonna be my next comic book project, Fish Face. I'm gonna start working on the. Gonna start chipping away at the next page, just real quick, since I still got time.
I still got
Fish
time.
Face, Fish Face, Fish Face. No flame.
Did you know that you could like somebody without them being a perfect role model? It's crazy, I know.
Fish Face, Fish Face.
So since Bethany is definitely not totally gonna die soon, think she should come back like a Zombo or something.
You know, I have entertained the idea of like a weird necromancer thing later on. So,
Crypt of the Necro Dancer.
so I had an idea where like she comes back to life, and then because she has like the thing in her forehead, it's just still there. And when she's like, "You have killed me, stream. You have killed me," it's like all they have to do is just like tug on the bone. She's like, "Ah."
I hate it. You know what? I want to bring that up real quick. I hate it when I'm in a conversation with people and I explain that I don't like something. Just because I
Mhm.
don't like something doesn't mean that you need to defend it.
Yeah.
Like, I if you like something that I don't like, you're unless it's like illegal, you know. Like I like crack, maybe you should stop.
Yeah, maybe we should get new no.
But, if it's something along the lines of like, oh man, I don't really like Gears of War. It's like,
Hmm.
why don't you like Gears of War? Oh, it's not really a game that I like. Motherfucker, like you don't have to defend that. Like I'm not angry at you for liking it. I just don't like it. So Crypt of the Necro Dancer, I had a conversation with somebody. I'm like, I can't play those games. It's like, why? Because I have no rhythm,
Yep.
and B, I just every time you move, you have to move on beat, and then the screen shakes. That makes me nauseous.
It's just the game where it's like a first person game, you have to shoot to the beat.
Crypto the Necro Dancer is no. That's a top down like RPG thing.
Oh, okay.
I will say though, awesome title for a game.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had that too with people like I don't like I actually just don't like anything that Blizzard makes. I don't like World of Warcraft, I don't like Overwatch, and then you got people who like suck the dick of those games, and it's just like, dude, like I just don't like it.
I also gave her like a half skirt, so this needs to be changed.
Yeah. You look at it, I'm here to like make sure it's all honestly, it's probably a good thing that we're doing the line art first because
Yeah.
I don't know, in case there's any like mistakes. Unless you want to be like Todd McFarlane where you say the cape is alive.
Also, another thing that would be really cool for backers, check out the Indiegogo. Hello. Another thing
Yeah.
that would be really cool for backers is maybe for anybody who's ending up getting the comic as a backer, just giving them like a preview of all of the pages just in line art style before we even get to.
Oh, totally. Yeah. I mean,
That'd be
I've
really
even
cool.
entertained like. I mean, here's the thing, because I'm actually entertaining the idea that we put out like the line art of the first one for free, so people can just see it in case we ever do an update. So,
I don't know about that. I don't know.
mm.
Just a
But
little thing for people to enjoy.
well, one thing I can confidently say is that I personally am working on some like promo stuff, like stuff that's like not exactly in the comic, but it's like very much in line of the comic. So I'll probably flash them on. Actually, I don't know. I'll probably wait till they're finished.
I'll give you a
So,
dollar.
what did you think about the things I showed you before?
Gross, disgusting. Get out of here. Cancelled. Dead to me.
Yeah. I mean, I could put it up in the DMs.
Every time I want to work, I get pulled away. It's my favorite thing ever.
Yeah.
All right.
Down, down, down to
Down to Goblin Town.
Golden
We
Town.
don't want to go to war today. No, wait, that's a different song.
Mhm.
Dude, I was
I do like
hoping.
it.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I do like in South Park when they parodied that with the Lemmy Wings song. It's like go Lemmy Wings, stop WikiLeaks.
Dude, I really.
Down, down, down by the river.
Let's get real, let's get heavy, till the water breaks the levee. Let's get loose. Ooh, who got the hooch?
Mhm. By the way, the background noises are starting to get really loud now.
I know, I did this. Somebody's playing the violin. I know.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Oh, time is it?
This is pretty much it. The rest of it's going to be trees.
Yeah, you could probably just do it off camera, I would imagine. So,
So
but
we
yeah,
are
that's pretty
here.
cool.
You
Yeah, we
guys
just
are
have.
being fucking.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
Beffy.
Funny. Mm,
All right, save.
mm.
I
Yep.
put the strap on.
Yep. Yep. You put the strap on, but then you forgot that you wore a skirt.
All right. Bye.